What's up, guys? This is Tyssassin, and welcome back to another episode. It's episode 38, and last time we built this freaking awesome villager trading hall, and I have been doing some serious work between episodes, and we've got ourselves a couple of friends. We've lost many a friend to a hole in the world over there where there's some lava, and yeah, it's really sad. But if you didn't watch last episode, you know, go watch last episode. F5 notes. Alright, that's not working. These gold blocks here, these represent a perfect villager. A perfect villager like this one that has a perfect name tag trade, or this one that has a perfect pumpkin trade, or this guy over here who's an absolute gangster and has a perfect melon trade, a perfect pumpkin trade, and a perfect potato trade. That's right. I ran out of places to put item frames. He's got so many perfect trades. It's ridiculous. Look at this guy. 15 potatoes, 8 pumpkins, and 7 melons. Oh, man. You, sir, are a dream. And, of course, we got some other things around here. Lots of the farmer guys, which is really important. We've got a blast protection 4 perfect trade. We've got a knockback 2, which isn't that big of a deal. Got some more guys over here. Frostwalker, blast protection. And then there's this guy. This guy right here. Do you see that? He has the perfect mending trade. I have my hands up in the air right now. Perfect mending trade. 10 emeralds for mending. Oh my gosh. I got this guy really early. Like, I just started throwing villagers over, filled it all the way up. I got to about maybe, and tossed a whole bunch of them out. This guy's been here for a long time, and he has the perfect trade. The best trade. Like, mending for 10 is better than all of the other trades that you could get, including mending for 11. Yeah, it's amazing. Anyway, so yeah, we've done some serious work, and it's going quite well, and I'm going to continue to do that. It's quite fun to, do the trading, and that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for this guy, and get things going, but there's a little bit more work that needs to be done around here. Like, this place right here, like, this is supposed to be a building, and it kind of isn't. There's like lime green concrete over here. You probably can't see it from here, but this building over here is like hanging off of a cliff, which is, yeah, that's a thing. And there's this building over here that's just sort of pistons and stuff. Yeah, didn't realize it was getting dark. But anyways, there's one more build around here that we need to do. Besides putting all this stuff together, there's one more thing that I am really excited about. Something I've put together that's going to be pretty good for the island. But that's going to have to wait for another day, because we are headed back to the base to make a pretty big contraption that I have been working on in my redstone testing world for months. I've been working on it, and I've finally figured out how to do it, and I'm super stoked on it. So I will meet you back at base, and we'll get started. Oh my gosh, what's going on? We're back at base, and we're already running into trouble. I've recorded one clip, and then we've tossed that clip out, and I will show you right now why that is. You see this purple concrete right back there, that little purple? This is the purple level, by the way. This is the bulk storage area, and if we head out over here, I've got the area that we're going to be building this wonderful contraption in, and I was kind of laying out the area, and look at that purple concrete. Oh no! So I haven't explained it yet, but this contraption is quite big, and because of that, we need a big area carved out of the world, and this is kind of the best area for us to do this. I don't really have anywhere else right now that would hold something this big and isn't already planned for a different room. So we're going to need to figure out how to deal with this. We need 9 blocks tall, and I figured out that if we go down 9 blocks right here, that we'll be okay. There's probably can't see it from here, but there's a little purple up there that happens to be the item filter for the bulk storage area. So we could go down 9 blocks and we'd be fine, but I don't want to do like a stairway. So I think we'll design something else. I think what we'll do is we'll have like a slime block elevator kind of thing. And I think we have just the right number of blocks to do that, or pretty close. We might have to have like a little step up to where you'll get launched, but I think that'll be I think that'll be fine. So I'm going to work on designing that, and then we'll start with putting this in, because we're going to need to be able to get down to the area that we're actually building in, and then we're going to carve out a giant area, which is kind of what I said in the last clip. I was like, oh, let's carve out a giant area. So yeah, let me get to work on this. We'll figure out a design that'll work. Okay, how about this? We go in, drop, and there we go, into a room, and then up. Just like that. I think that will work just fine. And redstone is very simple. It just comes out, goes into this piston here that kind of opens up the floor up there. And yeah, when you leave, you're just pressing the button. That little pulse goes whoop. That pulse goes out and lets the piston go again, so you can fall down. And yeah, it's a good little implementation, and it'll get us up just the right number of blocks. We will need a step to it, but that's okay, because it'll help to hide some of these note blocks, which is kind of advantageous. I might actually even do furnaces or something. So yeah, let's go ahead and build it. I suppose I should probably tell you what we're building today. Is that something that you want to know? Like 5 or 6 minutes in the episode, I haven't even told you what we're making. We are making a super smelter, and it is going to be sweet. It's a little bit of my own design. I had a problem I wanted to solve, which I'll explain to you here in just a short bit. And yeah, I wanted to kind of do something of my own. But in the meantime, our slime block elevator is built, and yeah, looks like it works pretty well. Like I said, super simple redstone, nothing very complicated, just nicely timed so that this block right here catches us right at the right time, like that. I also have it set up so that the lamp's on, because yeah, you know, I like my redstone lamps. If you haven't noticed, there's a couple of them around here somewhere. So anyways, now I just need to quickly make this thing look pretty, and probably transition that room down there a little bit, cover up the redstone, and then yeah, we can finally start digging out a giant area in the earth, which is something I've been trying to do for a couple hours now. So yeah, I'll be right back. This thing is very entertaining. All right, this place looks a little bit better now, and yeah, everything's still working, and very simple design, nothing big, but we've got that little area decked out. We've got our step down, and we've got ourselves a big area carved out of the world. So plenty of room, and you can see we only ran into purple concrete once over there, and it's well within the range. So we're not going to end up hitting that storage system at all. So yeah, we've got the area carved out, and now it's time to start the build, which I'm really excited about. But I'd like to talk a little bit about kind of what problem it is that I'm trying to solve with this build. So let's jump into a redstone testing world, and I will show you what I'm talking about. With my super smelter, what I'm trying to do is have 4 sets of furnaces, right? 2 on each side that you can kind of walk down and, you know, access chests at the back, and be able to basically feed all 4 sets of furnaces with 1 chest, which splitting those items provides its own set of challenges. There's a number of ways to do it, but there's a, you know, own set of challenges just doing that. But what I also want to do is have the option to smelt 2 different items at the same time, so that I can smelt 1 item on one side and 1 item on the other, just using 2 separate input chests. And that's kind of where things got a little bit difficult. The hardest part, though, and the part that I needed to solve, was how to feed it all with 1 chest. So let's talk a little bit about how hoppers work. If we put items into this main chest, I've got a hopper going into this chest and a hopper going into this chest, and they'll split fine. They'll go into both chests, they'll split evenly, and we'll end up with 8 items in each chest, right? No problem. Now, if we take the same setup and we try to split it again, right? So main chest to secondary chests, and then have a hopper, 2 hoppers pulling out into 2 additional chests, it doesn't work. And you'll see only 2 chests get items. And in fact, it's kind of random. Sometimes it's these front 2 chests, sometimes it's the back ones, you know, it just depends. We'll still get them evenly split, but basically what's happening is we've got items going out of this chest at hopper speed, and items coming out of this chest at hopper speed. So what happens is, as items flow through, there's only ever 1 item in this chest at a time. And that's an issue. We need 2 items, so that way the chest can make a decision to put 1 here and 1 here at the same time. So the way that we've solved that is with a hopper minecart. And basically, if you look at this hopper minecart here at the top, turn on hitboxes, you can see that little white line if you look really closely. That white line is the hitbox of the minecart. It's over 4 chests or 4 hoppers, and because the fact that it can pull items out extremely quickly, it can put items into all 4 of those hoppers at the same time, and it will fill up all 4 chests in an even amount, which is really, really great. So this one hopper minecart's able to sustain that to the point where we've got, you know, the same number of items in all 4 chests. So these 4 chests would represent the outputs of those items into our minecarts that are actually going to be delivering items into our furnaces. So this is going to work. We're going to use a simple setup, more like this, in order to feed in coal, but this is the one that we'll use for items. So that's kind of the goal. Now, we also have a bit of a challenge where we need to be able to turn on the furnaces, or really control when the minecarts are going and not going pretty easily. So if this was our input setup here, we'd have our items and our coal and our main chest right here. And then we need to be able to turn on the right side or turn on the left side independently. So that way I can, you know, smelt just some items over here or some items over there. And then if I want to use the whole thing, be able to turn on everything with one. So I've just got a simple selector panel. It's not anything too complicated, but this is sort of the other challenge with this build. So I think with those 2 things and a little bit of item elevation through some elevators, we should be good to go. So let's get started with the build. We're most certainly started, and I've knocked out quite a bit of stuff. A lot of the boring stuff, you know, stuff that I haven't shown you yet. So, or the stuff I have shown you, the stuff you've seen before. You know, this is typical furnace array kind of thing. So we've got our 64 furnaces. We've got the items going out into output chests here. I kind of wanted to hide those just because I thought it would maybe ruin the look, but of course over here on that side, we're not going to be able to hide them. So, you know, anyways, output chest there, and then the top ones, they actually go into another line, so they both output in the same chest on separate hopper lines. And then I've set things up for our selector panel to be able to actually turn on and turn off the minecarts actually moving. So we can get back here. Right here, this rail and this rail are not powered, and this little torch tower here will take care of powering this repeater and that repeater up there, which you can't quite see, and be able to actually power those rails so they will let the minecarts go, and, you know, they'll disperse their items and all that. And then I've started the process of figuring out where I wanted to put the item elevators. I actually carved this big area out on either side because I was going to have them kind of this direction, but instead I'm going to have them going this way, and that means I'm going to have to carve out a little bit more room, but it's only, I think, 3 or 4 blocks that I'll need to carve out. So this will actually be a little bit better. It'll allow me to run the items in kind of easily and, you know, straight over from the input chests. So should be pretty good. I figured this was going to happen eventually. I knew it. And yeah, so we're making big progress here. Let me get the item elevators in, and then we can start in on all the crazy item splitting and selector panels and all that good stuff. Item elevators are in, and I am really hoping they work because they're kind of a hassle to put together, and I kind of put this together myself based on other designs that I've used before, and I'm pretty sure it's tileable, but not 100% sure. So we're going to test it out real quick. These are not going to mine carts, so hopefully that will work the way it's supposed to. It's still clicking. I'm really hopeful that this one works. It doesn't. Exactly what I was worried about. So give me a second here. Let me see if I can fix it. This is one of those situations where you actually want bud powering to happen, because there's no other way for me to power that. So, hopefully I can get all these without them falling into various hoppers. That would be convenient. And let's see here. So let's give this a try now. What I've done is I've got a block here, so that way I'm not powering dispensers and letting them, or droppers and letting them power each other. But I'm going to do that here because powering this one will actually power the one on the bottom. So should be good. Yeah, everything looks fine there. Okay, Thank goodness. And then down here, I've got the timing circuits set up. So this is just an etho hopper clock. This will be where our input comes in. And then I've got this redstone block locking it for right now. But if we take that out, you'll see that this repeater will get powered. And I've got exactly 13 items. This one up there gets powered as well. Got 13 items in there, so that way the minecart will have enough time to go down and back and then get stopped again and have to collect some more items before it goes on its way. So that was kind of the goal, and I think it's going to work out great. So should be 13 total items in here. Nice thing with these is you can kind of stop them at any point you want, so that works out quite well. Now the only thing I need to do is figure out what level I need to put my input system so that my hoppers can be on this level, because I didn't think it through. I could make this go down further, but I'd kind of like to not rebuild this. So yeah, gonna have to hash that out. All right, some decisions have been made here, and we've got our selector panel started. It's a little bit more to do, but a couple other things have changed around here. So first of all, we got our item inputs, if you would, and our coal inputs over here. We've got the one for the right side, we have the one for the left side, we have the one for all of the sides, and then we have the coal inputs as well. And then our selector panel for turning everything on it's not done yet, but I at least have it laid out. Did have to bring up the some stairs in here, which it's a little bit of a compromise, but I actually do like it because you can see the furnaces at the top, which you can't really see from down here. So it'd be kind of a cool place to hang out. You can just turn it on, hang out, leave when you're ready. But let me show you the chaos of hoppers back here. There's hoppers everywhere. So here's what's happened. We've got the main chest right here, and that chest goes into that minecart with hopper, gets split into secondary chests, and the chest that inputs for just one side is actually directly above that right here. So basically that chest will go into here, and then this middle chest will get split into here, but no matter what, items are going to end up in here, get split off into these lines, and then the coal gets split off into this line, and you can kind of see how they come in. This one goes there, this one goes here, this one goes here, this one goes here. Did have to move all of this down, and yeah, that was a thing. I could have actually probably left it, but there's some other compromises I had to make if I did that, and I didn't really want to make any more compromises. I've just been compromising and designing as I go and all that. But the good news is that all these hopper lines are high enough that they're not going to be affected by any other redstone, so no hoppers are going to get locked or anything when I'm powering stuff, which is good. But it does mean I have to move my input, if you would, to turn this on and off to below this hopper, which is completely fine. What I'll actually end up doing is I'll run a repeater into a block where that redstone block is. So basically the only thing I have left redstone wise is the selector panel, and yeah, I'm all laid out ready to do that. And then I think I'll probably, before the next cut here, I'll probably hash out the rest of the design. So I'm kind of thinking like some type of arc here, maybe kind of a steep arc. That way I can, continue the tallness of the build here. I'm up in the height now. I could have probably capped it off. I could even capped it off before the second furnaces. It's not required to see them. But I'm glad I didn't, and I'm glad that I have the room up here, because now I kind of play a little bit with the ceiling. Ceilings are not my favorite thing, but I think I can do something cool here. So I'm definitely going to take advantage of that. A little dim in here, which is kind of the idea. I don't know if I haven't mentioned it yet, but not a lot of lights going on. We got all stair blocks, and this is actually glass in the middle, and then this is all stairs and slabs, and this is actually a bottom slab. And these are actually stairs. So yeah, a lot of cheating going on here, and allows me to have as little light as possible. I could actually even get rid of these torches if I wanted to. They're only here so that I can see these signs a little bit better up here, but a couple torches is okay with me. Kind of feel like we have a little bit of another theme going, which is it's a good theme for a super smelter. So yeah, a little bit more to do, and I think we'll be ready to test this thing. All right, it's finally time for the big reveal. We've got our little room and our slime block elevator, which you know about, and I have finished the design. Put in some chandeliers up here, which I think look pretty cool. Could probably do with a little bit more light in here, just for the YouTube here. I'll turn up the light for you, and that way you can see during the final clip. You probably haven't been able to see the whole episode. I hope that's not the case, but anyway, so we're ready to test this thing. I did have to do some adjustments to the timing, which yeah, that's just sort of how that kind of thing works. I got our secret little backdoor entrance here where we can get in and make adjustments to things like the timing. 13 blocks is, I think, where we want to be. So yeah, we're ready to go. I know that the thing works, and I know that, of course, this middle switch for all of the furnaces, that definitely works, and so does the middle chest. But I want to test smelting two completely different items at the same time, which is the whole reason I built this, is to make sure I have the ability to do that. So if you listen carefully, you'll probably hear some items being dispensarini. So we'll give that just a second and flip it on. Okay, let's see. Any second now, those minecarts should go flying by and light up all the furnaces. And let me tell you, this thing is fast. Looks like we missed a couple. Most likely this guy is not picking them up quick enough to light those. So I have a little bit of playing to do still to get this perfect. But my guess is that there's probably a hopper that's being locked somewhere that I am just like not aware of, or one of these timings is wrong, but that's something for me to play between episodes. Yeah, you shouldn't be doing that, buddy. But in the meantime, my friends, I think it's time to say goodbye. It's been a long time coming getting this episode done, so I do hope you enjoyed it. This place is pretty sweet, I have to say. And it does exactly what I wanted it to do, which was to smelt a ton of items all at once and do it very quickly and be able to do, you know, multiple items at the same time. So pretty sweet. But I do hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you're new. And this, my friends, has been Tyssassin, and I will see you in the next episode.
Meanwhile, across town, in this less than fashionable cubbyhole of the San Francisco Examiner, these editors are programming today's copy of the paper into that same Ohio computer.